let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she gets a
impossible
gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror. It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last
binge
week.
it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I
You
thought
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 239, first episode of 2021.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Happy
Yes.
New Year.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope it becomes one. We're going in like a wrecking ball, dude.
That
No,
was a
no, we're
song.
not. We're tiptoeing.
Okay, we're tipping.
We're not
Alex
wrecking
wants
ball
to
it.
tiptoe.
We're tiptoeing it.
That was a song.
Yes, Miley
Yes.
Cyrus, yes. But mainly just because I went into the new year in pain.
Why?
Well, Alex and I got back from our trip New Year's Eve.
Oh
like
yeah, I
an
forgot
hour.
you already got yourself bleeding.
2020 couldn't leave
Oh, yeah,
me.
You cut your finger.
I
immediately.
sliced my finger. It wasn't really. It was a pulled nail. So you see this. It's really long now, but it pulled like my nail way
Why
back.
didn't you use a nail clipper?
It was a USPS package, and I was pulling it, and I was
Oh,
overconfident.
Okay. Why didn't you use a knife?
I was just overconfident.
He was a little.
I can usually open those packages no problem with my own bare hands, but I guess I was just bleh. So
Well, how was your holidays?
it was good. My parents begged us to come and see them, so we did so. And I was like, well, we'll do it anyway.
You didn't
So
leave until when, though?
after Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we spent some time with Alex's family, did a small gathering at her grandmother's and a couple gift openings and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then we drove all the way to Minnesota. That was a fun trip. I swear, it just doesn't get any shorter. It just keeps on feeling
It
worse
just keeps
every
getting
year.
longer every
But
year.
we had the advantage of having our own car, our brand new car. Not only the fact that it's like just it drives nice, it feels nice. So
Yes.
we had a lot more energy coming back. It's kind of crazy.
We weren't like our backs weren't ready to blow out.
Wait.
And
I thought the last couple times you went, you rented.
Yes.
Yeah, but we didn't get to like choose the car, or I mean, we got to
It was
choose the
new,
car,
though,
but
wasn't it?
yeah,
Not
but it
this
wasn't
new.
like new, and it didn't. There were certain things like every time we went and we would rent a car, we would pick out certain things that we liked about certain cars, and the car that we have now is a
Combination.
combination of
love.
all of the stuff that all the features we liked on all of the rental cars we've done over the past few years.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
So
I
the
love
biggest thing that I liked about the car that we have now is our seats. Like when you sit back, they like kind of wrap around you, like they hug you.
My mom kept complimenting them, and she sits in a lot of different. They've been in a lot of different vehicles. She's like, I like these seats. I'm like, well, they are a downgrade to what you own, because they have like a luxury car to drive in and
Yeah.
a minivan. But anyway, so how was yours?
It was fine. Christmas Eve I stayed home and because I worked until 7, and
Wow.
Christmas Day I went to a family thing and saw some of my family that I normally see quite often, but I had only seen like one time this year, so I saw them, so that was nice.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
That was about it, really.
Really?
And then New Year's Eve, I didn't even stay up for the ball drop because I had to work at 7 the next morning, so I just went to bed.
Right. It's kind of just become that way nowadays.
You slept 2020 away.
I did.
Yeah.
That's
I was
kind of nice.
happy
though.
to do so.
Yes.
Well, it's okay. We were pretty chill on the couch watching the ball drop. I've never really watched those things.
We
and
never really did either, but it just kind of felt like a bittersweet like
ending.
ending to the year. It was like we got
Mhm.
home with like an hour and 15 minutes left of the year, and basically just unpacked, got into pajamas, sat down, turned on whatever channel came on first, which was the ball drop, and we're like, all right, well, I guess we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
We sat there, watched the ball drop, and then all of a sudden just like boom, 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 like fireworks were everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember anything but downtown being fireworks. And we went outside and it was like cloudy and ashy outside from all of the fireworks. You can just see like it looked like lightning
The
everywhere.
celebration.
Like
was
everybody was
wild.
yelling. Everybody was like there were fireworks everywhere. Everyone was super happy to be like,
I think it's just
screw
'cause
you,
everyone
2020.
wanted it to be over.
I know, but that's what I meant. Like it was like a bittersweet. Like you could feel everybody getting
Mhm.
excited that 2020 was done.
Yeah,
don't
but
remember
think
any-
it's gonna,
any
we'll
New
see if
Year where that
anything's going
happened.
to even change, you know? It's just how the
It's like they
years
saved
go.
all their 4th of July fireworks for New Year's.
I doubt it.
Well, people still buy fireworks in the winter, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of just an odd thing.
Yeah.
So then, have you all been back to work?
Yes. I can't.
No,
I went back today.
Tomorrow's my first day back.
I went back today.
So how many days off were you off?
Technically only 3.
Uh,
Because-
I mean, did you work when you were in
What?
Minnesota?
No. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We don't work New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Yeah, I meant how many total days has it been since you went to work?
Oh, it's been over a week. Week and a half for me. Alex was like, what?
hold on, 7.
She
8,
has
9,
to
10,
really
11,
think about
12
it.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the 25th through today off.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a lot of days.
it is. But I'm gonna tell you what, it went by so fast because we traveled.
Yeah. We were gonna come back today earlier, and then we're like, well, wait a minute, we'll just wait another day, and we're kind of lucky we did because we missed a big like snowstorm and thing come through Fort Wayne, and I hear that it rained and snowed pretty bad.
Saturday was rough because it was
Yeah.
freezing rain.
Hmm.
Or was that Friday? Friday was.
Yeah, because we
freezing
got
rain.
here
We got back
the day before.
the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really happy we got back the day before because we woke up on New Year's Day and everything was just
we
frozen.
didn't leave the house. We had
didn't leave the
delivery all
house.
day.
We were just like, we're gonna tip our DoorDash person a little bit extra to bring us some food.
We did that,
But
yep.
at the same time, I mean, I went to work at 7, and by the time I left around 5, it was fine.
We just didn't
okay.
want to leave. We were lazy
No,
at that point.
I
then.
got outside to take Layla potty first thing in the morning, and about slipped on my ass on the porch because it was just solid ice.
It warmed up in the early afternoon and
Right.
it started to get all slushy.
Yeah, we have no snow again.
Yep,
Like,
it's all
good.
gone.
It's good.
Yeah.
I thought you liked snow.
No,
We were under the same consensus last week that you were okay with snow.
As long as he
I
doesn't
s-
have to drive in it.
exactly.
Right.
And the only way not to drive in it is to not have any. So that's what I'll go with.
But you're contradicting your answer at this point.
Or maybe I'm modifying it. I don't
He's
care.
decided after we got
After
some snow
a week and a
ice.
half
He's
of
like,
not
I don't like
recording,
it.
care if it's on the
you're
grass,
bitter
but
about it.
If I had to choose whether to have it or not have it, I'd rather not have it.
Oh, then you were in the wrong area, my
Maybe you
friend.
well,
Yeah,
can't
and,
help
you know,
where I was born.
and we are.
You can move.
I can,
mean,
but
nothing's keeping you here.
only my
Family.
life.
Yeah, family.
I mean, yeah, but pick it up, go somewhere, figure it
Yeah,
out.
That's always.
Some people can do that.
It's easy. Well,
Your
I mean,
sister did it.
she's a nomad.
I did it.
I did move once and I came back, but that
I
was a whole
moved
separate
here
thing.
with only knowing Alex.
What are you trying to say? Are
I'm
you
saying,
busting my balls
it's
for not moving?
possible. I'm saying it's possible. You're
I'm
saying.
not saying it's impossible.
Oh, now you're not. Now you are. I mean.
I don't even know. Let's move on.
I'm not sure where this is going.
That's okay. That's okay. Anyways, so I mean, yeah, it's just I want to rebuttal something else.
What?
You were busting my balls last time we recorded about shopping over the weekend of
Yeah.
Christmas. Now, I didn't defend myself on this because I was probably just not thinking straight. But at this point, I'm just gonna say this: Alex and I didn't have the money until that time,
Okay.
and you said you don't buy that. How can someone save up their money any other different than not having it at that point?
I don't know.
Exactly. Your point is moot.
I thought you had said that on the
maybe
podcast.
You
No.
had the money. I can't comment on when you had your money. I don't know when you have your money, but you could
Uh-huh.
do your shopping in November maybe or October.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not my grandma.
Just saying.
We could also do
Or
our
you
Christmas shopping
could-
for this year right now.
Yeah,
if we
your
wanted
mom,
to.
Alex, is done by September.
I know.
sometimes.
There's certain people
See,
like
that's-
there's some girls at
that's
work that are
just
like
way out
as
of
soon as
my-
September starts, like I already have my Christmas shopping done. I'm
Well,
like, are
people-
you kidding?
People with kids have to do that.
I guess. I just.
Yeah,
I don't
hence the
know.
word mom.
And your mother, maybe she's just a smart shopper. She doesn't have to go out the weekend before Christmas to finish her shopping.
No.
Maybe she does that on purpose.
Right.
We got most of it done. It was more
In
like
one
we
go,
still
though.
we just still had a few more gifts that were like, well, let's just wait until we get our next paycheck.
But it was chaos at that point. But
Yeah.
has it slowed down?
No, because people are starting to get stimulus checks. Like New Year's.
talk about that.
New
Yeah,
Year's
the
Eve
whole
was
thing
on a
about that.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Typically, at least in my department, Thursday is the slowest day. It was like Christmas Eve all day long
Are
in
you
the store.
serious?
And I thought I had heard that some people were getting them as early as
They
Thursday.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
So-
we know friend of a
know-
friend,
yeah, we know.
basically.
The spending was.
Yeah, the bill
It was,
passed.
it was insane.
So
Just
it's
the
only
amount of
600,
people.
right?
Yeah.
But we were hearing rumors about $2,000.
That didn't happen.
Hmm.
But what's
bet
interesting
you it will
about
again.
what's interesting about 600 is that
It's really not.
I believe the majority of people are like, well, that's not significant to do anything with. I'll just go blow it on stuff I don't need.
That's what I'm feeling in my brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not a significant amount for me to save up for anything. I think that's just
Now, that's just what you
ridiculous,
think, because
know?
I would take $600 and throw it in the safe. So.
Well, yeah, no, that's the other point I'm making is like people have to think the
Well,
the rational way.
That's
Now,
what
if
I
we didn't
think-
have our jobs, we would say, I don't care if it's 600 or 2,000. I need some money to survive.
Right, exactly. But I mean, there's people out there that are worse off and just they didn't get anything for this, and it's really sad.
See, I'm with your sister.
But-
Your sister just commented on YouTube.
What'd
Mine
she
is
say?
going towards my debt.
Debt, yeah.
See, that's what we did last year.
Right.
For the stimulus, is we just paid taxes
Did you
back
guys
and
did
debt.
you guys hear that the bill that passed with this whole COVID bill that just recently, the newest one, the Pentagon has 180 days to reveal what it knows about UFOs.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is added to this bill.
Are you serious?
Well, they can just make something up.
No, they have to reveal it all.
Yeah, and they'll make up and then reveal it.
Why would they make up something when at this point it's just it doesn't matter?
Do you
We
think
know
they're
that
gonna
there
actually
are.
reveal- Let's say it causes a major mass panic.
Who's panicking about the knowledge of it already?
I know.
saying.
That's what I think. That
Why
they
would you
decided-
assume the government's going to tell you the truth about anything?
It's been proven that it already exists by the government. They said it happened. They
Yeah.
said it's true.
And now they can make up whatever they want.
Hi.
They don't have to.
But they can.
Okay, what? You raised your hand. You can
Hi.
speak. What?
So I think the whole reason we're not freaking out about like UFOs and stuff is because
At this point, it's normalized.
it's normalized. It's
Right.
normalized, and there's just so much chaos that has happened this year that the murder hornets, the fires, the riots, and everything we talked about to review 2020. Just everybody has had a shit year.
Right.
So much that let's just throw the alien thing out there and just see if it even startles anybody. And it didn't. So now they're gonna be like, no, let's just tack this on because they've been begging for it, and just say at the end of this bill we're gonna release everything. Bet you nothing's gonna happen because you know what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a serious case of COVID or something else is gonna happen that aliens are gonna be the last thing that we're gonna be concerned about.
Or they're putting that on there to try to distract us from giving so much money to other countries.
It wasn't actually.
that.
Hey, it wasn't actually added onto the bill until after. It's kind of like a side note. So this is really quietly going in. So at this
No, it's
point,
not because we're the PTO Unlimited podcast and now everyone knows about it.
well, it's yeah, right.
Sure.
You heard it first
You've heard
from
it.
us.
Yeah, IGN just reported on it. So
No, they didn't. We did, Josh.
By the way, I liked how you commented on one of their posts about.
Oh, is this food?
No, you
Oh.
said. I
Oh,
like
yeah, the video games.
This is not video games.
right,
Because they do occasionally post
they are reporting
on political.
Okay, this is the dumbest thing they
You have to
reported. They
tell the
said
one
that
that you
there
did.
are Okay, I will. There are thousands of dead civilizations in this galaxy, and I said
Yeah.
I like video games. Is this video games?
And then what was the other one about? Is
Well,
this food?
Tasty. You know the Tasty thing on Facebook that showed all the food, like quick things. You know the top down of people's
Okay, yeah,
hands
yeah.
just making food.
Yeah.
Tasty got huge off of that. They did a report on Chrissy Teigen about her freaking nose job or something, and I said I like food. Is this food?
Just like people just trying to
I
grab.
joined these Facebook groups for a certain reason, and they're starting to flip into this whole other thing. Stop it.
Yeah, I've almost just rid myself of everything IGN.
It's just a lot of things are just like they're not what they used to be. That freaking Hot Topic thing you shared. Look at
It's
generation change.
It's sad.
Right?
It makes me sad. I
How
find
hot
myself
to-
like trying to zoom in inside Hot Topic.
Just to see what-
I just want to see what it looks
Well, wait
like.
a minute. You've been to the mall. Why don't you go in?
Because it's not what it used to be.
I have gone in there, and I went in there when I went to the mall for Christmas, and I went in there, and I was in and out. I think the quickest I've ever been in and out of a Hot Topic. I was like, "What is this store?"
Well, I mean, it's.
Do you remember what it used to be, Brett?
And
I do. We would spend hours in there.
it's. I mean, you already said it. It's not the same, and it
It's
never
not.
will be.
It
No.
just it went to a whole direction
Hot
that
Topic
shouldn't
is
exist.
not Hot Topic.
No. Where do you get that now? Where do you get that
probably,
stuff?
They
That's
should
crazy.
probably change the name.
Yes, they should, or they should just go back to what they used to sell. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure
they
that it would go.
probably changed because they weren't making any money.
Actually, you know how much money they were making on those things?
Probably not much. It's a very
Right?
niche market.
The markup on those things.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about. I guess maybe just sales then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
okay,
what I was
okay,
talking about. I was
well-
like, those pants were like the cheapest were like $65 with like the average
Yeah.
being like $100.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they can't get people in the door to spend the money.
No.
People were buying shirts left and right.
Yeah,
out
so
of
I was
there.
like, it
You
was
knew
more
that.
like
the band.
that's-
That's where you got the band
That's
shirts.
where you got your band
before
merch.
Spencer's became that way. Spencer's used to just be a gag gift place.
Yeah, that's just where that's where that's what I think of Spencer's. It's
Right.
like that's where I
Now
still
it's
go to get
become an
gag gifts.
accessorizing.
No, now it's
place.
become Hot Topic.
Kind of.
Like it's got more things.
But it has sex toys.
Hot Topic had sex
No, it
toys.
didn't.
Yes, it did.
What?
Yes, it
No,
did.
I don't remember that.
Back right corner.
Oh.
There was a tiny little
Alex
section.
knows her
I
shopping.
said we went in there for hours. I know that store.
Okay.
I can tell you the girls section,
Wasn't
the guys
even that
section,
big,
little
wasn't
kids.
it?
The clearance section was
The
here.
store?
The nose
Not
piercings
really.
and everything. The t-shirts.
It was
and then
so
the sex
cramped.
toy.
Are you kidding me? Like when Alex saw when we went to the Mall of America, we went to the Hot Topic there. That store is like it's huge.
Your sister said you just didn't know what they were.
What? Oh. I didn't know what they were. Okay, yeah.
That's why you didn't know they were there.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on from there.
Let's talk about the NFL.
Let's do that. Okay, so Vikings are done, and I'm fine with that.
You know who's not done?
Oh my God, the Browns.
The Browns.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that.
I have the playoff picture all
Glad
laid
you
out.
have you got the brackets.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm gonna just mention some of the games from yesterday.
Okay. I don't know. We didn't watch any football, so we know
No, we didn't
nothing.
watch anything.
I didn't either. I watched all the
The highlights.
significant highlights.
Okay.
So the Browns finally beat the Steelers.
Woo!
However, the Steelers are kind of reeling, even though Ben Roethlisberger did not play yesterday. Oh, there's a cat
Are
fight.
you kidding me? She's
Cat
just
fight.
meowing in the hallway.
So the Browns, we'll see what happens. They're getting
Right.
They're getting
They're getting
hot.
some
Yeah,
steam.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
big cat fight going on in the hallway.
No, she's just talking.
She's literally just meowing.
Shut up.
Hi,
Okay,
Tabby.
here's one thing I want to touch on.
Stop, Alex.
The Buccaneers beat the Falcons,
Yes, they
and
did.
the Buccaneers are turning it on right at the right time. Antonio
That's
Brown,
lucky.
who Tom Brady brought in, is getting hot. Tom
Mhm.
Brady is Tom Brady. If Tom Brady goes to the Super Bowl and wins, he's already the greatest of all time. This will cement him as the greatest of all time no matter what, because he did something that a lot of other legendary quarterbacks did or did not do. They moved. They went to another team. They did not win a Super Bowl.
We're
Yeah.
thinking of Favre here. Is
Favre
one
did
of
not.
them.
Yeah.
Joe Namath did not.
Peyton Manning.
No, he did.
He did.
He technically did. He kind of had the last half of his career.
Yeah, I guess he wasn't only there for just a short while.
I mean, he went twice with Denver. He lost one and won one.
Okay. Okay.
So, Joe Montana was the other one I was thinking of. Who
Okay.
moved and did not win.
Right.
But so that will be interesting. Now they do have to contend with the Packers, who are on fire right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the number 1 seed.
They are. And we got our Super Bowl picks we got to choose here as well today.
We will.
Mhm.
Let's see. For the first time in I don't even know how long, the Patriots did not make the playoffs. A lot of people
That's
probably happy about that.
weird.
Yay!
And the Cowboys lost, so their chance of the playoffs was diminished.
They did.
If they had won, they would have made.
Yeah, the NFC East was an interesting situation. Like all 4 teams had chances to get in, but the Cowboys lost. The Giants beat the Cowboys, and so they needed Washington to lose to Philadelphia last night.
And they did not.
They did not.
So
So
Washington went.
right.
Dang. Okay. So that's why I see I was like, what NFC East team do I see in this bracket? I was like, oh, it's just Washington. They're not
Washington.
gonna get past the
No, they'll
Bucks.
probably lose the first game. So the other thing I wanted to say is Kansas City fans, this meaning you, Josh, you
Mhm.
need to be afraid of the Bills.
I'm
because
very afraid of the
they are
Bills.
On
Mhm.
fire.
They
Stephon
are.
Diggs is at home.
All of a sudden, my fantasy, that doesn't mean shit anymore. They're scoring points.
Josh
What
Allen,
the frick?
he's like right in line
You
with
know,
Aaron Rodgers right now. He is just on fire.
but to put him up against the Chiefs.
I mean, it's playoff experience versus none, so there is that.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs are not exactly
They're not
they're
playing
they're
very
winning,
well.
but they're not playing that well.
Yeah.
They seem to do
They're crawling.
the 1 or 2 things to win the game, you
Mhm.
know. And Mahomes did not play. Mahomes did not play yesterday, and they have a bye week, so you're kind of going in cold, which is not always a good thing.
Okay.
But I believe the Bills are the number 1 seed. Is that correct? Or
Bills.
the number
Bills?
2 seed?
The Chiefs are the number 1. The Bills are number 2.
So they have a first round bye as well.
No, actually, well, that's not according to this.
It says,
Only the Chiefs and Packers are getting first round bye.
Because they're the number 1 seeds.
Yeah, but Bills aren't getting first round bye.
Well, maybe it's because they have that extra team. Maybe there's only
Yeah.
only the 1 seeds get the first round bye.
Yes, because Bills are going against Colts.
Okay.
So.
The Packers killed the Bears again. No surprise there. The Seahawks won that division, so they are in. Is that correct?
Yes.
The Cardinals, all they had to do was win, and they were in. They lost to the Rams, so the Bears are in as a wild card,
Yes. Yep.
which is.
But the Rams are in too.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Okay. So, and the Colts beat the Jags. No surprise there. The Colts won. Poor Patrick. The Raiders did not make it. The Chargers did beat the Chiefs yesterday, but it was hollow because Mahomes did not play, so they were just
Yeah.
kind of rested players. The Saints are
rested,
the
like-
Saints the number 2 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, they have home field.
Okay.
So, yep.
That kind of just winds it down yesterday. The Vikings Lions game. Did you see the end of that?
No. I didn't watch
No,
any.
it wasn't the Vikings Lions. It was the Titans Texans.
What happened?
It was all tied up, and the Titans throw like a big long pass, and they get it inside like the 20 or something. They go to kick the field goal to win in like the final seconds. It hits the upright and goes in. So it was pretty exciting.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So
Yeah.
the playoffs. So
Let's talk about it.
read off the AFC teams.
Okay, so AFC, which is gonna be played on Saturday. We got
I've got
actually.
it here.
I got it. Oh well, I got it right here. So it's Colts and Bills, Ravens, Titans, Browns, Steelers,
Mm-hmm.
and the Colts and Bills. Whoever wins goes against the Chiefs.
So the
Yep.
Ravens Titans is interesting because the Titans beat the Ravens last year,
Mhm.
which was a big surprise. Went on to play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
So that will be a very interesting game.
Right. I'm interested in the Browns game, and I'm actually interested in the.
Who do the Browns play?
The Steelers.
Steelers.
Oh, as a
They
playoff
replay 'em.
game.
Yep.
Ooh, that could be a good
Open
game.
up a can of twisted
Well,
tea
they-
on there.
They play 2 weeks in a row. That's very rare.
I'm gonna send the Browns team a case of twisted tea
If they win.
signed by the PTOUnlimited podcast.
Oh my gosh, Alex! Wow.
And then it was Bills Colts.
Yes.
That game really isn't all that interesting,
I
You
think
know, because the Bills are
probably
gonna win.
probably. But
Yeah.
um,
I think I'll watch. I'll
Colts
try to watch
defense
all of
is
them actually.
decent. Yeah. What's the NFC look like?
So we got the Bears at the Saints.
Mhm.
Winner goes on to the Packers.
Yep.
Rams, Seahawks, Bucks, Washington.
So Rams Seahawks is a divisional game, so
Mhm.
that will be very interesting.
That'll be a fun
I
game.
really don't see any
Bears and Saints.
way the other two games just aren't that interesting.
Yeah.
The
Let's go Bears.
the Bucks,
Yeah.
if they don't win, that's just a
To
shame. But like I
Washington,
say, I
yeah.
think they will.
Wait, who's Washington's quarterback now? Because
Alex Smith played yesterday.
didn't they just remove somebody?
They released Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, there's a whole uproar against him because it's
Yes.
his first year, right?
It's his second year.
Yeah,
but
okay.
he took selfies in like a strip bus without a mask on with a bunch of people around, and so
Oh,
they
God.
breaking all the COVID rules, so
Oh.
they let him go.
Well, that's his fault.
Exactly.
I don't know why everyone's mad. It's his fault.
Okay, well the uproar was him not being talented enough, was what I thought. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
from what I hear, the uproar is he never really got a chance, but he did. He got plenty of chances. He lost the starting job to a guy with one leg. You know?
God, you can't really say that,
I
is
can't,
it?
I mean, that's
a
great-
reconstructed
his
leg.
story is great.
I know.
and you want to see him do well, but I mean,
Yeah, right.
Hey,
He took him to the playoffs. Well, they'll
Right?
just say that.
I mean, the fact that he's even on the field is something in itself.
Right.
So,
I agree. I agree.
mean, he almost had to amputate that leg.
Mhm. So
Pick
predictions.
Super Bowl picks.
Yeah. I mean AFC. Let's think about AFC here first. So you got Colts, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Browns, and Steelers. I mean,
Boy,
at this
that's
point,
tough.
I'm sticking with what I said.
you say the Browns.
I said the Browns are going to the Super Bowl. I'm saying it.
Dang.
What do you-
I know the chances are low, but I'm saying it.
I'm sticking with. Oh, I'm going with the Bills.
I think I am too.
I'm
Like my gut.
I want the Chiefs.
See, here's the thing. I want the Browns to go, but I think that the Bills are gonna go.
You really think so?
Yeah.
So we're
See,
kind of
I'm-
unanimous on
I'm
that.
not ready to dismiss the Chiefs
Right.
or even the Steelers just because of their
the way they
experience and
started this year.
the way they started, but they know it's a different animal to win in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and nobody on the Buffalo has done it yet.
The lack of crowd is going to be different.
Well, the home
So
field
that's
will
what's-
definitely be affected.
It won't matter.
Well, it not as much. I mean,
Yeah.
I think all year there hasn't been as much advantage to home field advantage.
Other than the outdoor stadiums, which I think
Right,
is just
like, I mean,
Cleveland and
Green Bay would
Green
have
Bay.
an advantage at home because it's colder than.
oh, and they
you know.
will against if oh man, that's going to be an interesting one too. So, all right, NFC. We got-
boy.
We got Bears, Saints, Packers, Rams, Seahawks, Bucks, and Washington. I'm gonna say Packers.
I'm saying Packers.
I was as before we went on the air. I was ready to say the Bucks, but I just don't know if you can stop Aaron Rodgers right now.
I don't know. I think we're looking at probably what we're probably predicting here is Bills, Packers, but we were not discounting the Chiefs. But
Right.
Alex wants the Browns. to
I want
go.
the Browns and Packers. Wouldn't that be?
That would be an interesting show.
That would be like the best.
You know
ever.
what? That would piss off most of the nation because that'd just be a Midwest show right there.
So,
A North Midwest
Tabby,
show.
you want the Browns to go?
She's quiet. You shut her up.
Oh. What do you say? You say Browns? No?
Wow.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah,
she doesn't think
that
Browns.
didn't work.
That didn't work.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll go with Bills and Packers.
Yeah, pretty much is what I'm thinking too.
I'm going to Browns Packers.
Browns,
So we
Packers,
all
but-
are on the
okay.
Packers bandwagon.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. Just because
Does it
there's
pain
nothing
you to say that, being a Vikings fan?
Yes.
Not this year.
Yes.
Not this year.
Yes.
Not this year. Because I'm part of I just became part of a Facebook group that is like it's another Vikings fan Facebook group, but it seems to be people are really trying to defend Kirk Cousins in that group. They're all showing his stats. You know what the freaking line of the freaking Facebook group is? I keep on saying to everybody, stats don't win championships.
No.
Boom.
In this case.
You can have a good quarterback, but if you're not getting to the playoffs, even
Yeah.
what's that $1 million worth? Millions of dollars worth for that player? Nothing. So they're defending Kirk Cousins for no reason. Didn't get him anywhere.
Well, it sure didn't this year. And
Right.
I mean, it's not like. I mean, the Bears needed help to get in, so it's not like the division, other than the Packers, was that hard.
Right, exactly. The Lions were a joke this year.
Yeah.
Like, my God. Terrible. As far as fantasy goes.
Oh, so you went to the championship game.
I did. I was at an opportunity
And I
for
was
first.
rooting for you just because you were playing someone we don't really know.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was we were driving and I didn't swap out my wide receiver to my Jacksonville wide receiver, who would have given me the extra points I needed to actually win. So I lost by 10 points. I would have gotten if I had I played Parker from the Dolphins, who was out.
Oh.
And had 0 points. So had I swapped for the Jacksonville wide receiver, that was my original thought, I would have probably won by a margin of a couple points. So I could have had the opportunity towards the belt and our championship.
But that's what we get for driving across country.
It's okay. I was really, 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 really upset for like a couple days. And then I was like, you know what? It's fine. I don't live on this thing like Shane does. You have no idea how often he messaged our friend Rob. We saw him yesterday. You have no idea how often he messaged him to get the belt from us, just so he can give it to his
Oh, yeah.
colleague.
Well, he is the commissioner.
I know, but he constant. And he said, make sure you have it ready for us. I'm like, what? It's a belt. What the fuck am I supposed to do with it?
Put it by the door, I guess.
It's not going. It's sat on this table. And in fact, I'm just happy it's gone because we have less junk to move around. I moved that belt around this room. You have no idea how many times.
Okay.
So I'm just happy it's gone. I'm really happy it's gone.
Well, I will say you did.
I didn't expect to get that.
I had a bad year. I finished in our league. I finished 8th, and in my other one with only 8 teams, I finished 6th.
Alex got 4th.
So I got screwed though.
Right out of money.
I got screwed though.
Okay.
Well, you saw how many touchdowns.
Shane had like
Kamara
100
had.
points between 2 players
Kamara.
How does that screw you?
I was
she had
versing
She had
him
no opportunity
to get to
win.
3rd.
She was going up against
That's
Shane at
not
the end.
being screwed.
She got screwed by his players.
Alvin Kamara had 6 touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Against the Vikings.
Yeah.
He got like 54 points.
That's not being screwed. That's just losing.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying I got screwed. Like I lost
She
pretty
had
bad.
no offense whatsoever.
Yes.
She couldn't defend herself in that point. She was done.
Maybe
Game
not-
1, she was
maybe
done.
not the beginning, but
It was Kamara and he had somebody else.
He had a wide receiver.
I think there was a wide receiver he had, and he got like 40 points. And I was like, he
Mhm.
got 100 points on the board just for 2 players. I'm done.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't even care.
Don't
You got
say
4th.
that. You do care.
You do
'cause
I mean,
care.
I
you
did
shouted
care.
about it for a minute.
You just did.
I did care, but it was
now
like
you're trying
there
not
was
to
no
care.
reason for me to look at fantasy anymore after that. I was
Right.
like, no, I lost.
Yeah, I mean, once I barely looked at it when the playoffs started because I wasn't in the winners bracket. So I'm like, who cares?
Right. So that's NFL for you, man. All right.
Yep.
Anyways, so yeah, you guys want to move on to something else? What do you want to talk
Let's
about?
do the movie club.
Movie club. So what the movie club is, every single week we pick a movie to watch, and this week Brett chose Shawshank Redemption for us to watch for the first time.
Mhm.
And I gotta actually I didn't have any notes on this one because we actually just watched it before you got here. So
Oh, okay.
Well, we finished it.
yeah, yep. So yeah, you've never seen this one before, and nor have we. So this
No,
was
I have seen this.
you
one.
have.
He was the one that has seen it. We haven't seen it.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay. Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman.
Bob Gunton.
It's a lot of Bob. Okay.
William Sadler.
William Sadler, Clancy Brown. Jeffrey DeMunn, who's
Yeah.
he's from
He
Walking
had a
Dead.
very small part, but
He did, and he was the lawyer.
Gil Bellows, who nobody knows except me.
Which one's that?
He was Tommy, the young guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the young guy.
Yeah, the young guy.
What's he? I recognize him.
The only other thing he was ever in that I know of was a made-for-TV movie on TNT that actually had NFL licensing, but he was a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, he's in Handmaid's Tale as well.
Is that where I recognize?
He's a doctor.
I know exactly who that is.
Okay.
Yep, I know who that is. I was staring at him the whole time, and I'm like, man, I know that he's in something else, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Well,
So the Shawshank Redemption. I'm going to talk about the synopsis.
You gotta read it.
2 imprisoned men bond over a number of years, finding solace and eventual redemption through acts of common decency. In 1994, 2 hours and 22 minutes. And it is just, every single scene is so fleshed out and written so well.
So you saw who did the screenplay?
The writers, you mean?
No, the screenplay.
No.
Oh, Frank Darabont.
Yeah, and he directed it.
I mean, I know the name.
Frank Darabont. He
Yeah.
did. You know who? We talked about it with the Green Mile.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I know the name. I'm looking him up right now.
He was the
He has the Walking Dead.
executive for Walking Dead, right?
Mm-hmm. And The Mist. He did writing of The Mist.
So I take
Stephen
it
King
you-
also wrote it
I
too.
take it you liked it. is
I
what I'm
did.
getting-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like we were reading
It
every
was definitely
subtitle,
one of
paying
those.
attention.
Yeah,
to
it was
everything.
definitely one of those movies where I know why people have their jaws dropped when I say I have not seen the Shawshank
Because you don't know-
Redemption. I'm like,
you don't
they're like,
expect-
what?
expect a twist unless
I didn't
unless
expect
you know
this
what,
movie to be the way it was
Yeah.
at all. I thought for some odd what I thought Shawshank was about when I was younger and people were talking about it. I thought it was some nasty, bloody prison movie where some guy escaped.
What?
Which that's not what it is.
Wow.
I thought it was like a horror movie.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Not that at all.
Yeah, I had no idea. I knew it was about a guy that escaped, so I already had like the ending. Like I already knew he got away.
So, who is the? I've been comparing this in the Green Mile only because they're prison movies.
They're pretty.
I've
yeah.
never really heard
Yeah.
anybody else compare them. But who would you say is the bigger jerk, Percy or the Warden?
Percy.
Yeah.
Warden.
The Warden is like just a regular old Warden villain. Percy is another kind of evil.
You don't hate the Warden because the Warden gets what's coming to him pretty
Well,
they
so does
both
Percy.
really do. God.
But Percy's a little weasel that deserves to be like
Well,
squished.
what tipped it?
Alex hates it more because he kills an animal.
Well,
Yeah.
What
She's
tipped it?
biased.
What
I
tipped it for me in Percy's direction is the fact of what he did to
Dale.
the guy when he's out front for the execution. I can't remember
Dale.
his name now.
Dale.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The French guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Delacroix.
Yeah, that was it.
Dale Delacroix.
So Dell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dale. Not
Yeah,
Dale,
that
sorry.
was just awful. So yeah, I would give a
Yeah,
nod to Percy there.
The Warden, I liked him. I liked him as a villain. Actually, I liked his character. I understood his means. He was actually he was kind of like a Gus from Breaking Bad kind of villain that kind of just had it made for him, and he knew the ins and outs, and eventually he got bested by freaking Tim Robbins, Andy Dufresne, climbing through the hole and everything, and I knew it was coming. I've seen photos of like
I've just known
I've seen
because I know
videos and
that.
stuff. You see the symbolism.
No,
with
it
the
wasn't
safe.
just that. It was just I saw it coming because I already knew that's how he escaped. Like he.
Well, you see the symbolism with the safe when he opens up the painting. It's like, oh, obvious.
Yeah,
That's what
there
you
was
do with a
definitely
poster.
yes, there was symbolism with that
Yeah.
too.
I knew it was coming.
To me the saddest part is when Brooks is writing his letter and then he
Hangs
he
himself.
gets to the point where in Morgan Freeman's character talks about being institutionalized when all you know is prison life and
Yep.
you cannot handle it on the outside.
You just depend on it because it
He
becomes.
he served 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Brooks.
Yep. Yep. So this makes me appreciate Castle Rock a little bit more too,
It does. Now that
because
now
all they
that-
talk about is Shawshank.
they refer back to Shawshank a lot,
Shawshank Prison. Yep.
which
It's
is
all in-
destroyed.
It is now.
Like it was like
In
there was
Castle
like
Rock?
there's like a part of it that's destroyed.
Oh yeah.
That's where they
Morgan
find him.
Freeman did a great job. Like I
Yeah.
loved him in this. He was really good. And it's Morgan Freeman's favorite film too, of his own.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Tim Robbins was also very good, and I haven't seen a lot with him in it.
He's not very
The
much.
only
of
other
a...
thing I think I've seen with him is Mystic River.
Yeah, and well, we know him from Castle Rock as well because he's in there. So, I thought it was a good film. I really enjoyed it. It's a good Stephen King. It's another Stephen King, and I guess Stephen King needs to write more prison movies because he did a good job on both of those, both fronts, Green Mile and this. And I think he has a hand on Hulu Castle Rock as well too. So, anyways, yeah, that's all we have to really say about that. Are you watching the cat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see her now because you have raised monitor.
What do you think of your chair? You like?
Oh
yeah, it's very good.
You got your chair.
Very nice.
Yeah, you were really excited about that.
I was.
You're like, it's on its way.
Other than that, just I had to go home from work because it was dropped off, and
it's a big box.
It's a huge box.
Don't
and I
want
didn't
that
want
thing
anybody
stolen.
to steal it, so I went home on my lunch and
Yeah.
threw it inside.
It's
and really easy to assemble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, easy. Yeah. You make it seem it's like it's so easy. You wonder if it's like actually like is this worth the money?
Right.
You sit down on it. It's like
Uh-huh.
because it's so modular. You just click things in.
About 6 screws, and
I don't think they would have good reviews if it was hard to put together.
we're talking about the Titan from Secret Lab. If
Yes.
you sit at a desk a lot, look into it.
Yeah. Secret Lab Titan. They had a big sale for Christmas, and they'll probably have another one.
Is
still
yours
going.
the Omega?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we got the cloth version. You got the leather.
Right.
Yeah. So is it cooling really good?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I started using that lumbar pillow, which is the softest pillow I've ever
Oh, it's so
had
nice.
today. So yeah,
Are you using it as an actual pillow?
as for where it's supposed to go.
Oh, we use it as for the head. You
Well,
put
I
it-
got one for the head too.
Oh, ours is adjustable. We have an adjuster.
We have like
Oh,
an
okay. Yeah,
adjustable
mine's not
lumbar.
adjustable.
Yeah, we have a bar. We have an actual knob that actually
Yep,
brings
yep.
it out.
Mhm.
I think it's just like that's because it's the upgrade
Yep.
to what you got. So yeah, let's move on from there. What do you want to
It's
go
my
into?
turn.
Oh yeah, what do you want to pick for a movie, Alex?
So I went back into a note that I made July 15th, 2016 in my phone,
Okay.
titled Brett or
2016
movies Brett hasn't seen.
Oh no, I'm looking at this list right here.
So some of them I think we've already watched, but just
Oh,
looking on here,
no.
I can't remember, and I want to watch this with Brett. I know that we've
We've been saying
been
that
really bad, but this
forever.
is definitely something I want to watch with Brett. But I can't remember whether or not we've watched it yet.
Which one? Which one?
The first one.
I
I can't remember.
think so.
I don't remember.
I think so. Ask
might
him.
have.
Ask.
Okay, well, have we watched Airplane yet with you?
Yes.
Yes,
I
we
thought
saw
so.
Airplane. Okay, so all right. So then my next one after that would be Young Frankenstein.
Oh, can I have a choice?
Why?
'Cause I have no interest in seeing that.
Why not?
Okay, well, your other choice is going to be the one that I've had people say that you need to watch, which is I suggested it the last time.
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
God, Alex, by
Classics.
far, you
Classics.
pick
Those
the
are-
worst movies.
Are you sure?
I picked The Green Mile.
Oh.
I meant as a collection.
Ooh.
When you say your movies, I cringe. When Josh says his movies, I can usually go, oh, okay, I can get
Young
behind
Frankenstein
that.
and Holy Grail are both very,
They're
very
like
funny.
I yes,
I've seen
they're
them
both
both.
very good, and they're like the older slapstick movies.
Holy Grail is a classic.
If we're gonna pick, if you have to pick one, I would pick that one.
Holy Grail is
I've
pretty funny.
seen Holy Grail,
You have?
and I wanted to forget it as soon as it was
Oh,
over.
you've seen it. Okay, well then it's not gonna be that one. Alex, what was that other one we were talking
I
about?
said Young Frankenstein. Oh, I also said Contact at your parents' house.
Oh, have you not seen Contact?
I have not.
Yeah, never mind. Maybe they'll suggest that one because it's
Okay.
been that long.
That's a really
For what, Contact?
Yeah.
That's fine.
We were talking about like alien in movies and
Yeah, you were like
time travel.
What
and
movie were we talking about though?
He was talking about The Contact or something is what.
Star Trek First Contact.
Yeah, Star Trek.
We're talking about Star Trek.
And I was like, I just butted in.
You're
the
like, oh, yeah, I
conversation,
love
like,
that
Like, oh, I
movie.
love that movie. I haven't seen it in forever. And he's like, oh yeah. We started talking. I'm like, I don't think we're talking about the same movie. Are we talking about Contact? He's like, no, Star Trek.
We were talking about meeting the Borg.
And then we walked into Contact. We're like, oh yeah, that is a great movie. And then we started talking about it. I'm like, man, I haven't seen that movie in 20 years,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, came
I was
out-
really young
think
when I
came out
watched
in
it.
99, actually. Let me look it up.
Yeah, go ahead. We have to read the synopsis anyway.
We do, because that one. It's,
I don't
okay.
even remember.
Jodie Foster, Matthew
Jodie
McConaughey.
Foster. That's right.
There's a few other names that are really big in it. Let me get it up here. Why is that not showing up?
What?
Well, it's not showing up.
Because
There
it doesn't
contact.
exist anymore.
97. There it is.
Wow, yeah, it is old.
Woo! Dr. Ellie Arroway, after years of searching, finds conclusive radio proof of extraterrestrial intelligence, sending plans for a mysterious machine. Tom Skerritt's in this too. John Hurt. Oh man, I'm actually looking at. Oh, David Morse is in this. I don't remember him in this. Wow. William Fichtner. So
Nice.
Robert Zemeckis.
What's
directed it.
the ratings on it?
7.4 out of 10.
Okay.
So yeah, rated PG.
I think it should be. Well, it came out way back then, so I'm gonna guess like if it really.
97? No. No.
I feel like from what I remember from the movie, it should have been a 13.
It should have been a 13. Yeah,
Yeah.
it gets a little scary sometimes.
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about Die Hard?
Sure.
Yeah. So we got some trilogy trivia to talk about. We also got some facts about the movies that I always go through. If you want to go through that as well. So I have actually a little bit of a list since we're talking about these 4 movies. So starting off, we didn't watch 3 or 4, but we didn't need to. We've seen these movies enough. What?
You told me you did.
No. I said
to me.
we're ready to go. We don't need to watch them. You know how many times Alex and I have seen these movies?
Okay.
No. The point is, maybe we shouldn't need to watch them because maybe we should test our knowledge.
I guess.
So don't jaw drop. As long as we watch the darn movie club.
No, I asked you yesterday if you were watching them, and you said yes.
Yeah, we were watching. We watched Die Hard 2 last night.
Exactly.
We were in the process.
I watched 1 and 2 on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Watching Die Hard 2 after Christmas is like.
We watched Die Hard on Christmas.
We
didn't
did.
We?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you watched it way before. Also,
Yeah. We watched it all the time. We put it in twice.
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure we watched it twice.
You know how often I can put in Die Hard?
It's like Independence Day. It's a movie that you can have on because you know the whole movie.
Right. I only watch it on Christmas Eve just because I know it so well. I don't really need to watch it. It's kind of my own Christmas tradition.
Out of all of them, all 5 of Die Hard movies, I know we don't watch the 5th one or know very much about it. Which one has the highest body count?
Body count? Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
I went to their wikis. I went around to each one just to make sure.
Is it total body count or is it from John McClane body count?
Total body count.
I would go with 2 then.
Alex?
I'd say 2.
Correct. Can you give me an idea of how much?
Well, you had the one plane that gets blown up.
I was hoping you would miss that.
And you
I was
have
gonna say, I was like, there's kind of a lot of people
You know how
that
many people-
die.
2 planes because you have the
And they
at
were
the
huge-
end,
they were
and
huge
there was
planes.
the commercial plane, and then you have the SWAT team,
Yes.
and then that's got to be like 50 people or more.
a lot
That's
more.
a lot
Probably
more.
one
Probably
plane
like
worth.
over 100.
175
The plane has 230 people on it.
Okay.
Bullshit, really?
Yeah.
commercial plane.
The one that crashes.
Right.
That they crash.
Yeah.
From the altitude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
230. So the body count for Die Hard 1 is 23.
I was gonna say that one's not gonna be it.
Die Hard with a Vengeance is 16. That's like the least.
Yeah.
Live Free or Die Hard is 31. This is on camera at least.
Yeah.
So this gives you an idea. A Good Day to Die Hard is 33. And Die Hard 2 is 271.
Wow.
And Die Hard 2 was almost rated NC-17 because of how bloody and languagey
It is kind of.
It's like the
bloody.
hardest one out of all
It's
of
the
them.
harshest
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
The first Die Hard is Alan Rickman's first film
And amazing.
of all time. Yeah. his
Gives me
first
chills
one.
hearing his name with that movie.
When they fired their guns, blanks were actually filled in the clips, and that actually caused some hearing loss in Bruce Willis.
And what's his name? Alan Rickman did not like shooting guns.
Yeah, he flinched.
He flinched every
Well,
single time he pulled the
There's
trigger.
the
Yep.
one scene where he's under the table and he's literally firing
Yes.
it from right here.
Yep.
And you can see his face like,
Yes,
and
they
he
did.
fires like 6 rounds at least in
Yes.
that scene.
He does not like it.
We know that this is based off of a book. It's called Nothing Lasts Forever. It was
Right.
written in 1979. After Sinatra and Eastwood turned it down, Willis was far from a shoo-in on the role. Sylvester Stallone, Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, Mel Gibson, Richard Gere, and Burt Reynolds were all considered.
They didn't want Willis because he was doing that.
He was
sitcom.
comedy. He was funny. He was too funny, and they didn't want him. And of course, we all another really interesting trivia fact is Bruce Willis came up with Yippee-ki-yay. That whole thing.
So Roy Rogers.
Yeah. In Die Hard 2, the fictitious place where the general is from is also where Commando takes place. Valverde.
Yeah, Valverde.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With in Commando, Dan Hedaya plays the general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Valverde. I remember thinking, I'm like, Valverde.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before.
Yep. Willis was offered full freedom for one-liners in Die Hard 2 due to the success of Die Hard 1.
Due to the success of 1.
So you can see the language of Die Hard 2 is so different than 1. The script is so loose.
That's in Live for Your Die Hard. Watching that today, and it's funny because like I love it when he's in that tunnel. No, it's got to be a senior detective. And then when he's at the utilities hub and he's getting beat up by Maggie Q,
Good God.
I've known some bitches in my day. He's good at that.
Yeah.
The snow in Die Hard 2 was all artificial. It was filmed in Denver, even filmed during winter, but there was no snow that year.
Really?
All of it.
I would not have.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Linda Fiorentino from Men in Black and Dogma was supposed to debut in Die Hard 2, but her scene was cut.
Oh.
Yep. Die Hard 3 was originally going to be a script for Lethal Weapon 4.
Oh, okay.
Lawrence Fishburne was actually written to be Zeus, and it was given to Samuel L. Jackson.
I thought those two together were very good.
Yeah.
In Vengeance,
Absolutely.
they have a good pairing.
You see it again in Unbreakable, which is very nice to see that. Did you hear? Do you know anything about the alternate ending of Die Hard with a Vengeance?
No.
So I'm going to read it here. Instead of being caught at the Canadian border and dying in a helicopter crash, as was the case in the finished theatrical cut, the film's original ending saw Simon escape with the gold, all the gold from the Federal Reserve. McClane takes the blame for the failure and spends the next few years tracking Simon down, eventually finding him in a bar in Hungary. This is where things start to get a little wild. As the two engage in a bit of friendly banter, McClane reveals that he's carrying a Chinese rocket launcher that has had its sights removed, making it impossible to tell which end will fire. He then decides to play a game called McClane Says, essentially just Russian roulette with a rocket launcher instead of a loaded gun. I'm not done. And asks Simon a question. What could he have brought to the meeting that would save his life? Gruber, guessing incorrectly, fires the launcher and kills himself. McClane reveals he was wearing a flak jacket and walks away. His revenge is now complete.
I'm glad they didn't do that one. That sounds terrible.
It cost the studio almost $1 million to do the new ending.
Yeah.
It was expensive. That's about all I have to say on that. I didn't really get anything for 4 because it's a very recent movie and no one cares about 5.
4 is not that recent.
Well, it's recent enough that you can watch the special features. There isn't a whole lot you can really like. There's not a lot of behind the scenes.
And honestly, I remember when 4 came out because I bought the DVD, which was the unrated version, which is actually the rated R version because the theatrical release is PG-13.
Yeah, and it made me so mad. It was PG-13. I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And then they brought out It's a Good Day to Die Hard, and it was R, and nobody wanted to see it.
Exactly. Tried to redeem themselves, and they failed.
Hated it.
I do think Bruce Willis stays true to John McClane in all 4 movies.
Yes.
And I really appreciate that. I don't really remember 5. I don't really remember anything about 5 other than that he's with Jai Courtney playing his son.
Yeah, and I just remember Chernobyl a little bit.
Yeah, and Chernobyl.
Just
there's just certain windows blowing up and
him flying through the air when a helicopter explodes. That was more unrealistic than the freaking Harrier jet in 4. Like 4 had a realism to it that was like, okay, this is getting a little wonky.
Yeah, when he jumps out of the semi onto the jet and onto the collapsed freeway, that gets a little crazy. But up to that point, it's just more him just getting the crap kicked out.
Yeah, and just it's nonstop. Favorite Die Hard?
Oh boy.
Mine used to be 3, to be honest. It used to be 3 for a while.
I think I'd still have to say 1.
I still like 1.
Yeah. It was 4 for a long time, too.
I really like 4,
I really
and I
did like
like
4.
how
Mhm.
4 is just more closer to now.
Yeah.
It's not 30 years old.
It's more it's our generation's
what is it,
Die Hard.
13
Yeah.
years old.
It's like the way our generation's Die Hard should have just been one more. That's all you
So,
needed. Didn't need the 5th one. Just
somebody tried to tell me that Hostage was like another Die Hard movie. I'm like, you are crazy.
no.
The only thing
no.
I say about that is that Jeff Talley, Bruce Willis's character in Hostage, is nothing like John McClane.
No.
You know?
Where are they getting this argument from?
Probably because it was Bruce Willis in an action movie.
Probably.
Well, you pick apart his whole career then.
Right.
Jesus.
He's done 25.
I guess the 5th element is John McClane in space, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
It practically is if you think about it. Oh my God.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you got some trivia for
I
us
do.
then. What are we starting
I
with
got
here?
3 questions per movie.
Okay, so that's a good one. It's a good level.
These are like Josh's babies, so I expect him to win.
Oh, I expect you to at least
Some
try.
of them are hard and some of them are not.
Okay.
I don't think anyway.
Okay.
Number 1. Why did Al Powell get taken off the street?
I'll give Alex a second.
Okay.
He shot a kid
He did.
Yep.
Why did he shoot a kid?
because it was dark and he was holding a toy one and
Toy what?
toy gun.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. What did Holly get as an appreciation gift for closing the big deal?
It's a very, very. It's an important item, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah, she.
It's a big scene at the beginning and it's a big scene
I
at the
know,
end.
that's what I'm looking at in my head as the scene in the beginning.
Ellis laughs and he's obnoxious about it.
Yeah. What is
It's
it?
a Rolex
Yep.
watch.
Yes, that's right. It is the watch. I
'Cause
was like,
he-
I'm seeing her like look.
John unclips it, and that's what makes
Yes.
Yeah.
Hans fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty important.
Where did Hans read about the Asian Dawn movement?
It's kind of like a comedic part of
It
the
is.
movie.
Is that when they're down and they're talking to each other at the
No, it's when he's talking to the police about what he wants
His
done.
demands.
His
Oh,
demands.
his demands.
Alex is not good at this
I
right now.
am. I'm really not
I
good
mean,
at
these are all straight out of the
They
I know.
are, Alex.
I know.
I've read about them in Time magazine.
Time magazine.
Because
Did you
can't
watch the movie, Alex?
I know, I did, but
Carl goes, Asian Dawn. I read about them in Time magazine.
They're just saying things to keep them busy.
Yeah.
That's all they were. They didn't care about them.
Comrades from around the world.
Yeah, right.
Die
People
Hard
they had no
2.
idea.
How many teeth did Holly knock out of Richard Thornburg's mouth?
2.
Correct.
Yeah. She remembers that one because that one was from last
I don't
night. So
think
she might
you'll
get...
ever get this. Well, if you just watched it last night, you
Mhm.
might get this. What was the name of the obvious target, air quotes, that John and Barnes try to use to land the airplanes?
What? The
Wait.
obvious target.
I say that because
Are you
that's,
saying when he goes out and he uses himself as a target to land?
well, they go to an area of the airport that has a very specific name.
Yeah. The annex?
That's part of it.
Ah.
I don't know the name of it.
I don't either. I remember the name.
The Annex Skywalk.
Skywalk. I was gonna say it's like some kind of tunnel
got that
or
stupid-
something. I'm like, I remember seeing it on the map.
Bonus question: there's a very famous team member in the soldiers.
Yeah,
What's the actor's name? There's actually 2.
there's Robert Patrick.
Yep, that was the first one I was thinking of.
John Leguizamo.
There you go.
Yep.
Very good. What did they use to warn
Yeah.
the circling jets about the terrorists and prevent Colonel Stewart from posing as Dulles Tower?
Can you repeat that? That was a lot.
one more time.
What did they use to warn the circling jets about the terrorists and prevent Colonel Stewart from posing as Dulles Tower?
They used this.
They some kind of frequency.
Yeah, they gave more power to the frequency to talk.
No.
Well, that's how they talk to them.
Well,
Yeah.
Yes, but they used something very specific.
Oh, that was Morse code then.
No.
No, they didn't use Morse code.
I have no idea.
Alex?
What did they use? It was just like the little thing, the little boop.
What's
boop.
that
I
called?
don't know what it's called. The
beacon.
Doppler, the beacon, the little sound thing. Where you're supposed to hearing like the boop, boop, boop. Except it's not doing that anymore. There's
It's
people talking
talking.
on it.
Yes, and they say what it's
I
called
don't
like
know what
7
it's called.
times. The outer marker.
Oh, that thing. It
'Cause-
tells you like within the distance of the thingy.
It's a radio
Yeah.
signal that tells them they're in like their.
Okay.
the around the thingamabob.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I asked it because Barnes goes, the outer marker.
Yeah.
And then the
Outer marker, I
navigator
hate.
on one of the planes goes,
Ugh.
the outer marker. It's not beeping, it's talking.
Yes. Well, see, I said that, but I didn't say what the line
Barnes
was.
is such a bad actor.
Yeah, he was. He really was. Die Hard 3.
Okay.
Where did Simon send John with an offensive sign?
Oh, God.
To a not so good part of town.
Harlem.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna say it was like South Chicago. I don't remember.
It was in New York, Alex.
New York.
Or New York.
Oh my.
I was thinking of Harlem.
It is
Uh-huh.
Harlem.
Yeah, but
Harlem's
there's
in New York.
Yeah, Harlem
It's
is
more
also
popularized
in
in New
Chicago.
York. It's more popularized in New York.
Who is the 24th president of the United States?
Oh my God. I got it.
What is it?
Chester A. Arthur. Right?
Correct.
All right. What?
I forgot that line.
You forgot it
Remember,
all.
because that's the name of the school.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, when John was beating up Targo, what TV character did he refer to
Oh
as
my
a
gosh.
comparison? I love that line.
It's
when-
not Deputy Dan. It's
W dog.
it's a deputy dog. No. I don't remember.
So Targo was the big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's beating him with the chain. He's like, you ever seen the Addams Family? They got a motherfucker on there named Lurch.
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 Yes. You ever watched the animated Addams Family? I never
I
did.
don't think so.
No.
Only seen the
I've only seen
the
the
two movies.
The movies had the live action as well.
Die Hard 4.
Okay.
Where did Matt Farrell live?
What's the burp? Connecticut?
No.
I don't remember. He drove up
He did.
to New Jersey.
Do you know the city? I'll take New Jersey, but do you know the city? Because they do say it.
I don't remember the city.
Camden. Because
Camden.
he goes at the beginning when his supervisor's telling him, he's like, whoa, Camden? You know, I was on my way home from work. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is D.C. from New Jersey? 'Cause don't it take them like all...
You know, let me map it. I think it's got to be a couple hours.
I would think so
you know?
because if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, they get there in like rush hour morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to think they were driving from like 4 a.m. to 7 or 8 a.m.
Camden, New Jersey. Okay, let's get directions. Washington, D.C. Okay,
6 hours.
2.5.
2.5.
Actually,
that
that's
all?
really close.
Yeah.
That's really close.
Okay. What did Matt Farrell call the warlock when explaining to John why he could help?
He's a computer wizard.
Do you say why did he call him?
No, what did he call him? Like he's a blank. He's brilliant.
A genius?
He's a
I don't
hacker.
know. He's a computer hacker.
Yes, but he called him something very specific.
The wizard?
No,
I don't remember. It was some kind of weird name.
it's a Star Wars reference.
Darn it. Star Wars reference.
It is?
Who's the smartest guy in Star Wars?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know.
He's a Jedi?
Well, yes, he calls him a digital Jedi.
Okay. Wow.
That's it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It's not as prevalent as the Warlock
Yeah, I'm gonna say when you say warlock, I know who
in
you're
his
talking
command center.
Well,
Yeah.
he said he's the warlock. He's a digital Jedi. He's brilliant. Blah blah blah.
about. Oh, okay.
All right.
You
What
just want some ketchup
this one
packets.
I hope you guys get. What video game is featured at the beginning and at the end of the movie?
Video game. Well. Call of Duty.
No.
No. It's a first-person shooter, right? No.
I know. Hold on. I see him playing it.
Oh, Gears.
Correct.
Is it Gears?
Yeah.
So the
That's right, they're playing
the
Horde.
roommate
Yeah.
is playing. Well, no, because it was Gears 1.
Yeah. Hold on.
So 7.
That's Gears 1?
Yep. So Gears 1.
Yeah,
That did
it
not-
is. It is Gears. It
Then-
is Gears.
And then in Kevin Spacey's basement, there's a screen of the
Mhm.
title.
Yep.
It's only the first one?
It has to be. It's 2007.
Yeah, it had to have been.
2 hadn't come out yet?
2 is in 08.
Did it really? See, I wasn't an Xbox fan until 09, so I didn't really have the history of Gears.
I
1
can
and
see that in
2.
my head though, of it on the screen.
He's like, guess who made 50 G's today?
Huh.
What'd you do to my drive, man? Man, shut up. I didn't touch it. Don't ever,
Layla.
ever touch my computer. And
What is
then
she
they
doing?
blow up.
She's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Is she
Not allowed in the bathroom.
toilet?
She's not allowed in the bathroom.
Why'd
She
you leave
can't
the door
get to the
open?
toilet
Why'd you leave the door open?
because I forgot to shut it.
What is she doing there?
She'll try to get into like the trash or the cabinets and stuff.
Why?
Her steroid makes her do that. Like it causes her to be really hungry and go searching for things to eat.
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for trilogy trivia. How are the questions?
They were
I try to think.
They were good.
I try to stay away from questions of what was the name of, even though I did have one.
I thought you had another one. I thought that you wrote down for Brett.
Did I?
I thought you did, like, cause
A
it was
question?
it was either 1 or 2 that you wrote it down for.
A question,
I doubt it was for 1. I'm looking.
but it was a question.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
question for you, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta write that one down. We gotta quiz Brett on that one."
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Well, I told you to write it down. You're like, "Oh, I'll remember." He never remembers.
Take your little pen out and use that.
I know.
I usually do.
I know. I'm looking through my notes right now, and I'm not seeing
See,
anything.
it's because you didn't take out your pen and write it
Alex,
down.
stop it.
No, I'm serious.
Oh man. Anyways, let's move on from there, guys. What do you want to talk about?
Let's do the fan question.
Fan question. Oh my gosh, I actually almost forgot about that because that wasn't on my notes. So, what were you proud to accomplish in 2020? Now, this one was kind of just more of a thought that we got to end the year on a little bit more. Let me see. Oh man, I didn't check. Let's make sure this works. Let's make sure it works. It's gonna take a second here. And yep, okay. So, how it felt surviving and leaving 2020, we were basically just we're happy we survived. I was posting a lot of things like that on New Year's Eve, Brett, and just trying to like feel a little bit better about leaving 2020 behind. So yeah, what did you accomplish that you're proud of?
I mentioned this when I think on our last show when we were just talking about 2020, but I made major strides in my reputation at work.
It's a big deal.
And I'm in a pretty good spot. So
That's good. That's good. Are you getting? You said that you were training your a higher up. Are you still doing that?
well,
Or no?
no.
No.
I mean, it never really came to that.
Oh, okay.
We're I better just not say anything.
Okay.
Anything else that you were proud to accomplish? 2020 was just for you was work. That's if we would say
Yeah,
anything
I
for
mean,
you, it was work.
The thing about 2020 for me was I made my job the number one priority in my life, and I don't really want to do that in 2021. But
Yeah.
when you are single with no family, what else is going to be your number one priority in life?
Some people put
Maybe
their
your health.
hobbies.
Health.
Probably need to be my health.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Health.
Make sure you're healthy.
I
Alex,
just don't want to I don't want to work as much this year as I did last year.
Mhm.
You know?
I agree. Yeah. Alex, do you have one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Honestly, to agree with a lot of unlike the comments that we have that I'm gonna read, mine was the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, you
which
gonna
was
steal from them?
No, I did because I was actually first to post on this because someone
Mm.
else had asked this question and I posted on it, and I said I said on the post where I answered it, making it through 2020, basically other than maybe a 24-hour like a day off of work, I worked the whole pandemic in healthcare and basically left with most of my sanity. Like I just like I made it through the year. Like we had a handful of people quit left and right, and people break down, not want to come back, and it just kind of feels like I've accomplished to say like I work through 2020 kind of thing. Like you've got the people that are begging for jobs or they lost their job and all this other stuff. I'm like, this was the hardest year, especially working in healthcare, I've ever had in my whole career. It is. I've never seen it break so many people mentally.
It's tough. Yeah.
Like very tough. Like I saw people cry and leave that I've never seen shed a tear. Like
Right.
and have full breakdowns just because of how bad this
Well,
is.
and to go back on that, you know, almost every person at my job, which is a lot of people, and we'll even narrow it down to the I call them lifers, and I don't mean that as derogatory, but
People who work there for
people who work there, it's not just the next stop, it's
Yeah.
their job.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think every one of them took some kind of leave. Maybe not everyone, but much majority. Like 8 out of 10 took some kind of extended leave because for one they could. Like they didn't need to, but the company
Right.
allowed them to.
Yeah.
I didn't take any leave, and I called off one day because I was so drained mentally. I could not do it. I could not go back the next day.
You should never get yourself to that point.
I did that. I think I called in once, but it was after I was basically made to go home. Like
Yeah.
I woke up after not getting any sleep, and it was probably April, May. Like I think that those were probably the hardest getting into it because we were doing curbside and clients were just cursing us out, and it was just
Yeah.
there were times where this year has been so hard on my career that there were times I was questioning just to drop everything and quit and go work at Target.
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't even, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I didn't feel passionate about my job anymore. I felt so drained. And I was like, I've never once in my career, and I told the girls this the day that this happened, it was like the day before I came into work and they sent me home was like the worst day ever. And I just remember, since we were doing curbside, we have like 13 phone lines and all of them were going off all the time where I could not do anything. If I hung up the phone, it rang. If I hung up the phone, it rang. Like, and you can't just leave the phone. You have to pick up the phone. And it was just mean person after mean person after mean. And I just could not take it anymore. And I just remember putting the phone down after like someone blaming me for something that I didn't do. And I know, like, you can only take it with a grain of salt when you say, hey, you know what? They just need somebody to yell at. They need somebody to, like, get their... I'm like, well, when it's you all the time, you can only take on so much of that. And I went from having to deal with clients that are like this on a monthly basis to doing it on, like, an hourly basis every single fucking day.
Yeah.
And we were predicting who's going to break today, who's going to cry today, who's going to go home today. And that day, I remember saying out loud, I slammed the phone down and said, I don't even know if I want to work here anymore. Like, not here, but like, I don't even know if I want to. No, I said, I don't want to do this anymore, is what I said out loud. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And I put the phone down and I started crying. And then the next day, that night I had a horrible day. The next day I came in and the girl saw me. And I just broke. I like went into the bathroom and was like sobbing. Like the phone turned on at 8 and I just started crying. I'm like, I can't do it. And everyone was like, you need to go home. I'm like, but if I'm not here, then this isn't gonna, like, go. Like, you've broke. Alex broke. Alex needs to go.
Right.
Well, and I read something today or yesterday, someday not too long ago, and I've always known this, but it really kind of rang true again, which is if something happens to you, you will be replaced at your job.
Yeah.
So don't get so bad to where, that you think you have to go when life goes on. I've
After
always
you're
heard,
not there,
when it gets bad at work, the place will be standing tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need reminded of that from time to time.
That's really, I think when I took, I was really ignoring my mental health at that point, which was not good for me. I mean, I know that's not good for normal people, but having a mental health problems, I just completely threw it under the bus and said, screw it, I've got to be there for everybody. And I was not there for myself for a good first half of this whole thing, and I was not taking my own health into consideration, and it caused horrible depression and anxiety and no sleeping and not eating and medication changes. I mean, it was like probably I mean, I was breaking out. We were losing weight, gaining weight, eating too much, not eating enough. Like, it was just like going back and forth. Like, I was so stressed. I remember brushing my hair when I got out of the shower that one time, and I showed you I was losing clumps of hair.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my
But
God.
what were you
like,
proud to accomplish, Alex?
Well, I'm glad that I got through this year.
Yeah, just to get there.
Just to get through it, like, is enough. Like, just be like, I made it through 2020.
Well, I mean, we
survived
all
it.
Made it through with jobs,
Yep.
with income.
Yep.
Okay.
didn't have
Yeah.
to-
I mean, yeah, the obvious ones.
We didn't
are
have
that,
to
yeah.
worry about losing. I mean, think
Housing.
about all the housing, but the small business owners,
Mm-hmm.
what they're losing right now.
I mean, Josh, I mean, for you, I mean, I was concerned that for you working for such a small business, I was like, oh my gosh, like you're gonna lose
became
your
essential.
job.
We became essential.
But yeah, you guys found a way to become essential,
Mhm.
so that was very good.
Yeah. So, I
Well,
was lucky.
not to put down anybody that is essential, but that essential stuff is bullshit because
Oh, they had to figure out.
it doesn't matter.
Well, we
Yeah.
had to manufacture hand sanitizer. That's essential.
Well,
I'm not
now
saying
it is.
you aren't essential. I'm saying that
who is really essential?
classifying essentials doesn't mean
And what are they
anything.
doing for them? As
Exactly.
like the
Well,
people
that was
who
my
actually
other
made
thing.
it through.
That's what I
should be.
was. So
should
there,
be
what really ticked me off is like
properly.
I've heard people at my own place of employment say when you're getting paid $600 a week to sit on your ass at home and just quote unquote be looking for a job and get paid that much per week by the government. We were taking people in and getting them interviewed because I told you we'd lost so many people because you can't handle it, then you leave.
Yeah.
And we were taking people and getting interviews, but it took a solid like 4 or 5 months to actually hire a person because they wouldn't show up for like the interview. It'd be like we'd call them and they're like, oh yeah, I'm still looking for a job. All right, well that's enough. Or they would call us and say, did blah 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 get an interview? Like, oh, they applied. Well, that's enough to keep getting that fucking check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, other girls at work would be like, well, maybe I should just quit working here and go work at Target because I get paid more just by doing that. Or maybe I should do that and then just get paid $600 a month sitting on my butt and don't have to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I've not had to deal with that kind of stress where I'm like, my own coworkers are like, I don't have to be here. I don't have to do this. I'm like, that's what made me like go, well, I've got to be a big person and I've got to step in. I've got to be there for them. Because if I take a day off, that makes me, at the time, I was like, I don't want to be the person that breaks. I want to be there and be the strong person for everybody. And yeah, everybody needs a break was really what, once you actually broke down during that time, that became you could share that with the rest of the class going, hey, to a fellow coworker, you need a break.
Yeah.
You need to take a break. It's fine. We'll survive a day without you.
Okay, so what I was proud to accomplish was maintaining and getting back into a good routine for workout and weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
I
was
never
mine.
did get to do that.
Yeah, that was well, Brett, you were working too much.
I was,
to
and
even
it was more of
get an
a
opportunity.
the way I dealt with stress was by resting, and I think I mentally needed it.
You
Mhm.
You
did.
know,
Yeah.
which wasn't good for my physical health.
I slept a lot.
That's
That's how I dealt with it. I
yeah.
slept.
I
Yeah.
slept some too, but it was more of I was just lazy. But I thought, and maybe thought might be the wrong word.
I don't think you were lazy because your brain is also on fire and working
Uh-huh.
on all
I just
cylinders,
needed
and you need
To enjoy stuff,
a reset.
You know?
If
Yes.
you're putting instructions on how to do something on your lock screen.
Yes, yes, I did
You're
that
working a lot.
in November.
Yeah.
It was a quick reference to
Well,
something.
sometimes it helps, but I mean, to that point, it's like, man, when you're putting it there.
Well, and I worked 6 days a week in December.
Long days too.
Not always.
No, like I'm saying, like 12-hour days. Like,
Not always. I
but
mean,
you-
some days, but
yeah,
um,
you'd have those days where it really wrecked you.
Yeah.
So worrying about your mental capacity over anything, it's got to be tough. So I'm just that was one thing I was really hoping to keep, and I've seen a lot of people go downhill in this year, like people who really don't just want to. They actually gave up.
I guess
didn't wanna become
to
that.
rephrase it, I'm proud that I stuck it out to the end kind of
There
thing.
were
Like,
a lot of
there were
times we
so
took
many times where
breaks.
I just felt like, I just don't want to work anymore. Or I just
Yeah.
like, I just want to be at home and under the covers and I don't ever want to come back.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, that's how I felt. So I feel like kind of that's what I accomplished was
Mhm.
I was there. I was helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got for responses?
Responses, like I said, is
I'll let you get
a
all of them.
a lot like what I said.
Surviving.
Right. So we've got JMT podcast. They said, I was seriously proud that I kept my insanity. Seriously, I'm proud that I kept working hard, which paid off with a promotion on my job, and I kept podcasting too.
Nice.
So that's the other thing. Like, we kept the podcast going.
A lot of people stopped.
Yeah. There was actually quite a few people that I saw take breaks or they quit.
Yep.
The Fickle Fanboy podcast, they said surviving with my sanity. So I'm like,
another of the same sense.
I told you, I was like, it's the same thing. Those are the ones that I got.
Yeah. Those are some good responses. Yeah. So that was the fan question. 2020, we're done with you.
That's what I said. Like when I heard people outside on, like, when we were on the porch at midnight and hear, like, the fireworks and people yelling, going woo, like, that's why I was like, it was like a bittersweet, like, you kind of almost wanted to cry a little bit. Like, it's done. Like, we're done with this 2020
There
bullshit.
is something on Netflix you need to watch.
Yes.
It's called The Death of 2020.
Okay.
And it's titled, like, we couldn't put this out because 2020 wasn't done yet or something. Right. Like,
so and my first going into it, I thought it was like they're really interviewing actual celebrities. No, it's all
celebrities acting like
celebrities.
They're acting.
It's actors acting single-minded. Like they're caught on one thought phrase. Like, for example, there's a historian who thinks he's right in no matter what he says. And then Samuel Jackson.
Something like he was like, what about the Titanic? What
like he was there. He was at an actual event that was hundreds of years ago, and he couldn't.
And they're
have
like,
been there.
and he can prove it. And they're like, you do realize I was in 1912 and it's 2020.
It might not be Titanic or something.
Or
like
yeah,
that,
and he was like, so I was there. Like, and like
they
basically act like the people that are on the internet right now in real life, and
Yes.
it's just so. It's how people, when they sit behind their screen and they type all this bullshit, but it's actually them actually interviewing these people and how stupid they sound. That's what it sounds like.
I almost want to watch it again.
It's very good. I'm very glad they did it. What's the girl at the bar?
Leslie Jones.
Yes,
I don't like her. I don't like her as an I don't find her funny, but she was great.
She was amazing. She says, if you're looking for how I feel about 2020 and you've watched that, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Is how she put it.
How she portrayed her
Yes.
her character. Yeah. But yeah, we gotta get out of here. Alex, you want to plug your Twitch?
Yeah, if you would like to watch me stream, it is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. Last couple nights we've played some Duty, back into it. We've got our squad is
Jeez, our squad's
getting
glowed
some
up.
Skill, man. I'm gone for a week and they're toppling.
Patrick and Rick are very good.
They're getting really good at Call of Duty.
They're really good. They're really the positives. Like they're in the 20 kills per match.
Yeah, we were playing like Warzone and stuff,
us.
and Patrick's all like,
he's getting kills.
I know. What? It's not necessarily kills. He's like winning gulag and stuff because I'm not used to playing with him in Warzone. I was like, damn, Patrick
really
knows what he's doing.
He stepped up playing Call of Duty, and
Yeah.
Rick has a 2-week break from work, so all he's playing is Call of Duty.
I'm gonna say all he's gonna do
now.
is level up. He's like
Yeah.
50 levels ahead of me.
He's pretty high up there on Call of Duty. So yeah, that's all you're gonna be playing. Brett, do you have a time for us to go back to Gears ever again?
Well, the last time I suggested it, somebody said
but that was last minute. You got to be a little faster than that.
If you want to play it this weekend, we'll play.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Every week, my partner and I at work decide who's taking what day off next week. So sometimes all I have is a second.
Well, yeah, you had like less than an hour or something.
Next time you want to play Gears, you let me know and we'll play Gears.
It's probably going to be Saturdays that I have off.
So a Friday night.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We can do that. Friday nights are great. As far as my stream goes, is twitch.tv/Mr. L, MASTERL. You can find me streaming, actually, I am done playing Fall Guys for a little while. I'm moving into. I have a handful of games to go into.
You know what you should try?
So many.
Honestly, I just started it today. Gears Tactics.
I've been seeing a lot of
which
people
is
talk about
the
that.
turn-based
Yeah.
strategy.
Is that on? They probably have it on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass for
Right.
PC, and I've been playing it with, or I've been playing it. I played the first mission,
Mm-hmm.
but I used a mouse
Okay.
because
Wow.
it is on console as well as PC.
Yeah.
But I did use a mouse and keyboard.
I've got like Steam had a big sale going on this week. I have to remind Rick again.
They've had a sale for like a month or something.
A couple weeks, yeah. But I've been gone, so
Yeah.
I wasn't really able to look at it. But I got a couple of games. One of them I'm going to be playing is Super Liminal. It's a puzzle game that you just I don't even know how to explain it.
You're just gonna
Yeah.
have to go and look
I'll
it
be
up.
streaming that on Tuesday, and then I'll probably be doing a couple other games here and there. But Alex, I got a lot of games for Christmas. So I got like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Crash Bandicoot's Insane
Everything.
Trilogy and 4. So I have 4 Crash Bandicoot games to play.
Wow.
Then Alex bought me a Switch game for me to play Mario Deluxe, which is another Mario game.
Well, you
for me
played
to-
that with your nieces and
Oh
nephews.
my gosh, yeah, that was pretty fun. We were playing that while we were gone. My niece, 6 years old, beat me at Mario
She
Party.
killed it.
7 stars on the game. It's freaking
killed it.
insane. She was really good, really good. All right, so as far as our podcast goes, we do appreciate those joining us. If you have not already, we would appreciate you hitting the like button, and if you are not subscribed to the podcast, do hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified.
Were you gonna say if you're not subscribed to the button?
Subscribe to the button. Yes, do that as well. If you want to follow us on our social media, it is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Make sure you click our links on all of our audio platforms there. You got them there. It's facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast, and Twitter is @PTOUnlimited. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
For a final note, I found a documentary series called, it's from Vice, the TV channel Vice does it. It's called Dark Side of the Ring.
And what's that about?
There's 2 seasons, but it's all about each episode is a specific wrestler and whatever happened. So like a 2-part episode.
Oh, we saw
watched
previous...
a couple of those.
Yeah.
So the first
We watched the Benoit one.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yeah, we watched the Benoit
last
one.
weekend I was off the whole weekend and I watched darn near every episode. But the first one I watched was Benoit.
Yeah,
And
we watched that one.
Wow.
What else was there? What else is there?
The other ones I've watched, some of the guys I've never heard of, like David Schultz, who was a tough guy from the 80s,
Okay.
slapped a reporter, John Stossel, from ABC. He slapped him in an interview and basically ruined his career. But right before that, because Stossel was doing the story about is wrestling fake, right before that, Vince goes in and tells him, hey, stay in character and go out and do this interview.
Oh, no.
And he slapped him twice.
Oh.
So one thing, while watching these episodes, one thing I've learned is that Vince McMahon is kind of a terrible person.
He's a terrible advisor.
He doesn't really care about the well-being of the talent for the last 30 years.
Well, I think they do now, kind of.
Yes,
I mean,
very much
they advise it now. They oversee it.
But
should
I
say.
watched the Benoit episodes because it was
Oh
a
my
two-parter,
God.
and I didn't realize, because I wasn't really watching wrestling when it happened.
Oh, we were.
I didn't realize that him and Eddie Guerrero were
They were so
close.
tight.
They were very close.
And Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
God, Chris Jericho's interview the entire time, great.
And I didn't
Yeah.
know
So
that he had a
good.
surviving son either, Benoit.
Yeah, he was the
Oh,
one that
well,
does
yes.
the interview or
Yes.
whatever.
Oh
He
my
had
gosh,
he
that
had it
was
from
so
a
weird.
previous marriage.
Didn't Ric Flair have a Vice documentary, Dark Side of the Ring?
I don't think so.
No.
But I watched Benoit. I watched the Montreal Screwjob, which I knew most about.
We know about that plenty.
The David Schultz one, the killing of Bruiser Brody down in Mexico.
Hmm.
That one was crazy. That one's a really good one
Mhm.
because Tony Atlas tells it all from his perspective. He
Ooh.
was in the room next to the room where he got stabbed and murdered, basically. But
No
he,
way.
He, because they were in Mexico, it took like 45 minutes for an ambulance to show up.
Are you serious?
It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's
and
awful.
I watched one on Owen Hart falling as
Yeah.
the Blue Blazer.
Yes, I did watch the Owen Hart one. That one was sad.
the one about the Von Erichs. Have you ever heard about the Von Erichs?
I know about them. My dad was a big fan
There
of the Von
were
Erichs.
5 brothers,
Okay.
and all of them but one died, and 3 of them committed suicide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just, and there, so
I remember hearing
the
about that. Okay.
surviving brother basically told the story chronologically of what happened to all of them. And I remembered the Von Erichs because Steve Austin always talked about the reason he got into wrestling is because he went to the Sportatorium in Texas and watched the Von Erichs.
Right.
So it's just, I mean, I am not a wrestling fan.
Not anymore.
But I do like the history of it.
You were a wrestling fan.
Some of the stories and just the things that's happened over the years are pretty good, just interesting stories.
Right.
I mean, we watched the Andre the Giant documentary.
That was great.
That was so good. That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to. I like watching.
I watched one more thing too.
What's that?
I finally watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix.
Yep.
I did not know that he was a sexual harasser.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for.
I knew that he did the
trafficking,
the island thing, but I did not know he was such a piece of shit.
Oh yes.
He's probably the biggest. Yeah, one of them.
Cue the line from the Joker in the '89 Batman.
Glad you're dead.
I'm glad you're dead.
There's a problem that he's dead now. He can't be prosecuted.
Well, that's very true.
He can't bring anyone else to light.
I mean, it's very easy to say because it's true that he was killed so that the ring is protected.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
the
what
elite ring.
That's what everyone's
they still have
saying.
Ghislaine Maxwell. She ain't dead yet.
Nope.
Yet.
Nope. She's been wanting to go into Gen Pop though.
Did you?
Oh.
She's been wanting to.
Yeah, she's been wanting to. So I guess what was it? You said there were more than one judge that looked at it. Was like,
nope.
No.
Yeah.
She's done so many like different claims to like try to get out, and try to go into Gen Pop. They're like, are you kidding?
She tried to use COVID as a reason.
Oh yeah, she tried to use COVID.
Is she in solitary or does she have protected?
I believe she's in solitary.
What fascinated me about Epstein did go to prison, but it was the biggest joke that anybody ever heard of.
Of course it was.
He came and went.
Yeah.
He was on work release.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. It's kind of like.
It's amazing what money will do.
It's kind of like.
It's not amazing. It's given. It's. There should be no surprise.
You see the treatment that they gave. Like it's kind of like Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
You know that treatment that he got, where he was able to have full access to the library. And all
that
stuff.
and
like
he was on work release, and then when he got out, he just violated parole all the time, and they knew about it. And
they didn't
do
care.
anything.
I know. Did you see I remember watching that. Like it was the total amount of days he actually spent in prison.
Yeah.
It was
like 72 hours or something. Was like the amount that he actually spent, but he got like 1,000 days or something.
He did it in that telephone interview where he's like, I got the harshest penalty possible for someone that got charged with this. Like,
F that.
What a piece of work.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm hoping that, the other side of this is that people are going to get what's coming to them. Let's hope.
If you were at any time or ever a fan of wrestling, check out that Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes.
They're doing a 3rd season in 2021, so be on the lookout for that. I will be.
That's what they can just constantly pump out right now is documentaries. That's what
I like
Everybody loves documentaries.
Yes.
If they're done well,
They are. Yep. Okay, well, let's get out of here. It's been a good one. We'll see you guys next week for episode 240. You guys have a good week. Bye, guys.
Bye.